Do you want to know how to earn free crypto just by learning? Some users made over $130 in the last season using the BitDegree app, but there is a catch most people don't talk about you also need to consider. In case you don't know, my name is Michael and I've tested hundreds of different ways to make money online, and I've also tested a lot of earning platforms that offer to pay you in crypto and where you can earn crypto for free. And in this video here, I'll give you an inside look of the BitDegree app, as several of you have asked about this. I will show you exactly how it works, and yes, it is possible to earn real crypto rewards, and if you use it right, it can actually be a fun way to pick up some crypto basics while stacking up earnings. But there are also some key things you need to understand, things that most people don't mention and that aren't obvious at first glance, and the most reviews conveniently skip this. I have tested it myself and I'll give you the full walkthrough. I will show you how to use it, what you can actually earn, and whether it's worth your time or not. So if you're thinking of trying BitDegree, this is what you need to know first. So let's dive in. So let's start by going over who can join, and you can see on the BitDegree website that it is an app you can download for both iOS and Android devices, and from what I can see it is available in more or less all countries. There might be some countries where crypto is not allowed, but the only way to know really for sure if you can join it or not is to go from your phone in your country and see if it's available or not. And as you will also see inside the app, it does have some big partners, so it definitely looks interesting. But let me now log into the app and then we can take a closer look. So I have now logged into the BitDegree app, and overall the idea is that you engage with the app by completing different missions, which are micro tasks. It can be quizzes and interactive content about blockchain and crypto, and these missions earns you what's called bits, and that's the in-app currency, and you can use these bits to increase your degree, which enhances your chances of winning rewards. So if you want to get started with that, you can go to the missions inside here, and you can get an overview of different missions. You can just scroll through. There is also a filter here, and here you can, for example, filter by the reward type, because you can see there are different types of rewards. You can see there's different things you can filter by, or you can just scroll through and you can see all the different missions there. And the idea is that you then just click one here, and many of them are trying to teach you, or the idea is at least they say that they will teach you about crypto and blockchain. And here again, it doesn't really say much about it. As you can see, it just shows you also how many of these bits you can earn and the different rounds you have here, you can see. But if you then want to get started, because again, there's not really much information about it, just dive into the more advanced concepts of DeFi and Web3. So then you just click the big play button, and then you see here, it's time to talk about lending and borrowing crypto. All that is fine, so you just continue, learn about the protocols, benefits and risks associated. Okay, so we'll start that. And they say that it's about teaching you that, but as you will see here now, then there is a question. It's hard for me to actually see it here. The learning aspect comes in here. You can see that there is this search tool, so if you do not know, and that's something that I overlooked at first, that you can actually then go here and read about it, read the actually answer for your question here. And you can also see there is a timer down here, so you do not have unlimited time, but you can then say once you've chosen, you can check, and then you will see if it is completed. And if you're wrong, then just notice up here there are some hearts, and that means that if you don't take the time to actually find the right answer, if you don't know it, then you will lose a heart, and if your hearts then reach 0, you will actually earn less bits. So that's just something to be aware of. And if you lose hearts, then you just have to wait. Then you will eventually, they will just fill up, but they don't say anything about how quickly that will take or so. But if you just wait, they will slowly fill up again. But this is the idea, and you just have to go through. You can see the process up here. I'm not going to take you through the whole process here. That's a little bit boring to look at me doing that. But as you can see here, the problem is that if I then leave, I will actually lose what I've just earned here. So you cannot stop midway through. You have to complete a round like this, and then you will then get these bits. But let's then talk about how much you will earn and what can you actually do with these bits. So as I mentioned before, you can find some missions in here that give different rewards, but overall you will earn these bits, and these bits will be converted into shares of the prize pool once the season ends. The challenge here is that you can go to the app and you can see which season it currently is and when it will end and all that, but you do not know the value of your bits. You just know that depending on how many bits other people have earned, this will be converted into a share, but you have no idea how much that will be. But you can see the past season here. The top earner, for example, here earned $135, $133, $134 approximately, and then you can scroll down and see, so quite a few people earned around $130, but that's also the top 10 earners. You can see the degree here. You get a degree when you're active, what they reach there. So these people must have spent a lot of time, but you cannot see how much time did they spend. You cannot see what you earn here. What will that be worth? How many bits did they actually earn to get this amount here? So that's one of the big challenges here, is that you have no idea what value you actually get for your time. And also you need to be aware that you do need to connect a wallet to claim your earnings when that time comes. So that's something to be aware of. And always, if you connect a wallet to some kind of reward platforms like this, I recommend that you create a new wallet. Do not use your main wallet, because just for security reasons, that's just something that I would recommend. But let's now talk about something that most people do actually not tell you about the BitDegree app, and something that I personally think you really need to consider. So if you watched my videos before, you know that I analyze the earning platforms critically, and that's also what I try to do here. And this is just my opinion, and then based on what I share, you can make your own decision whether this is for you or not. But what I have seen is that some people do not tell you all the details, because maybe they just want to refer people, because that's also a way to earn more bits here and increase your chances of earning more. So that's just one thing to be aware of. And I do think that the app definitely offers an interesting approach to learn about cryptocurrency, but there are certain aspects that you should be aware of. So one thing is the earning uncertainty. The rewards are distributed through this system that is not completely transparent, so you do not know the exact amount that you might end up earning. Another thing is the depth of the education. It is quite limited, but if you're new, there definitely are some things, if you use the search function, if you take the time, you can learn about it. But in my opinion, it's not so much about teaching you about crypto as it is about promoting partner platforms. That's at least my opinion and experience with it. If you have another opinion, other experiences, please feel free to share in the comments below. I would love to hear that. And a third thing you need to consider is the affiliate model, because the app's revenue model seems to be that it relies heavily on these different affiliate partnerships with many of the big different crypto exchanges, for example. So that's why also it often promotes certain aspects of certain platforms, not just focusing on teaching you something. And having this and relying heavily on this business model that may influence the content and also the different missions presented to you. At least, again, that's my opinion and my experience. And these are the things that I have just not seen other people talk about, and I wanted to share it because I feel that it's very important for you to consider these aspects also. So to sum it all up, I do think that the idea of BitDegree is interesting, but I do think there is, I would call it kind of lack of transparency, because you do not know how much you will earn. I'm not saying that it's not worth it, but personally, I just don't really find the missions interesting enough, because they do seem like they focus mainly on pushing certain offers from their partners, and maybe those offers are some that you really would love to take, and that's of course fine. That's completely up to you. But the challenge is there that you have no idea how much you will earn. And even when you see what the previous people have earned, you can't actually figure out how much time they maybe have spent. $130, for example, it sounds nice, but if they have spent months of constant grinding inside the app, then it's suddenly not so nice. So I would love some more information about that. But again, this is just what I think. Let me know in the comments what your opinion about. Have you actually tried it? Would you want to try it? What do you like? What don't you like? I would love to hear that in the comments below. And also, if you're in general just interested in earning free crypto, then I do have a list on my website of the best free ways to earn both Bitcoin and Ethereum that I have come across. All of those sites explain exactly how much you will actually earn, and you can take out your earnings also when you want to. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check that out through the links in the video below. And if the video helped you, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.